Capricorn, stop scrolling right now and listen closely. I don't say this lightly. You're about to receive the best news of your entire year. If you feel like this message found you for a reason, don't ignore that pull. Type "I'm ready" in the comments right now and hit subscribe, because the moment you agree with what you're hearing, you activate the energy that has been trying to reach you for months. This message is your confirmation. This message is your sign. And if you keep watching until the very end, you will finally understand why your life has been shaking so violently, and why the blessing you've been praying for is already coming your way. Capricorn, you have carried more weight than people will ever admit. You've been the backbone, the strength, the problem solver, the one who never gets to fall apart because everyone else depends on you. And what hurts the most, many times you've had to go through storms with a smile on your face, pretending you are fine. But tonight, your breakthrough has come to announce itself. You didn't go through all that pain for nothing. Something is shifting. And even the ones who doubted you are about to see a side of you they never expected. There has been a voice inside you whispering lately, something big is coming. You feel like you're standing on the edge of a new chapter, but still healing from the last one. You've had nights where you stared at the ceiling wondering why life seems to take from you first before giving anything back. But Capricorn, every delay you faced was preparing you for a public reward so massive, people will wonder how you survived the struggle that was designed to destroy you. I need you to stay right here with me, because what I'm about to reveal is not random. You have been seeing signs, repeating numbers, dreams that feel too real, sudden names popping into your mind, extra sensitivity to energy, even the kind others try to hide. These are not coincidences. These are spiritual alarms telling you your blessing is already in motion. And the moment you finish watching this message, something in your atmosphere will shift. Just keep watching. Because your entire year is about to make sense. Capricorn, others admire your strength, but they have no idea what that strength cost you. You've had moments where you wanted to disappear, run away, start over somewhere nobody knew your name. But you couldn't, because something inside you kept saying, hold on just a little longer. The universe, God, destiny, whatever name you call it, has been whispering, I am not finished with you. There are people right now talking about you behind your back because they can sense the change before you even see it. They feel intimidated by the version of you that hasn't even fully arrived. You're becoming the person you always knew you were capable of being, and that threatens them. But listen carefully. Your enemies are going to witness your blessing. They will sit front row to the rise they never believed in. But before the blessing comes exposure. Someone close to you, someone you trusted, is about to reveal who they truly are. Watch their energy, watch their tone. Your spirit will catch it before your mind understands it. And when they show their true colors, don't argue, don't explain, just detach. Because God is removing weak links from your life so no one can take credit for the success you're about to walk into. Capricorn, do you remember the story of Joseph, the one who was betrayed by his own brothers, sold out, forgotten, thrown in a place he didn't deserve, but overnight, he was elevated to a position even his enemies couldn't deny. That's your life right now. The more you were pushed down, the higher you are about to rise. Your destiny wasn't destroyed, it was only delayed so the impact could be bigger. Let me show you a real story. A Capricorn woman from Chicago reached out last month. She had been jobless for 7 months, rejected over and over again, feeling like she was cursed. She watched a message very similar to this one, and something in her spirit told her to believe again. A week later, she received a phone call from a company she applied to 4 months earlier, offering her not just a job, but a manager position and a relocation package to a city she always dreamed of living in. She said she felt like she was living someone else's life. Capricorn, testimonies are happening around you because you are next in line. But listen, not all blessings come wrapped in excitement at first. Sometimes the blessing is disguised as a breakup, a betrayal, a loss. You recently lost something, a friend, a partner, a business deal, money, trust, and you thought life was punishing you. Capricorn, that was protection. You don't even realize how God just saved you from a lifelong mistake. That rejection redirected your entire destiny. Stay with me, because we're going deeper. Capricorn, you have earned respect in silence. People underestimate you because you don't show off. You don't broadcast your moves. You let success speak. And there's a reason mountains are the symbol of Capricorn, because no matter how rough the climb is, the mountain always stands above everything else in the end. Let me remind you of a Capricorn who changed the world, LeBron James. They said he wasn't ready, they booed him when he was only trying to shine. But now, he is a legend whose name will live forever. Or Michelle Obama, quiet, strong, unshakable, transforming history with grace. Capricorns rise silently, then shock loudly. Your silence has been misunderstood, but it is about to become your superpower. Now think about your own journey. How many times have you helped someone who later forgot you? How many times did you pour into people who left you empty? It feels like loyalty is your weakness, but loyalty is your crown. And soon, the right people, the people who appreciate your heart, are going to show up in your life with the same love you give without hesitation. But here's the twist. Before your breakthrough arrives, you will notice the snakes get uncomfortable. Someone in your life, someone you trust, has been secretly praying that you fail. They smile in your face but envy your potential. Pay attention to the way they react when you talk about your goals. Do they cheer for you, or do they doubt you? You will soon know exactly who doesn't deserve a seat at your table. Capricorn, your energy has been shifting. You feel tired, but not the kind of tired that sleep can fix. Your soul is tired of fighting battles nobody knows about. But hear this, your tiredness is a sign of transition. You are not losing strength, you are being refilled for a bigger mission. Your spirit knows something life-changing is coming, and it's preparing you for the moment everything aligns. Let me tell you another true story. A Capricorn man from London spent years building a business. Every time he got close to success, something would collapse, a partner quit, a bank declined, a lawyer stole from him. He was ready to walk away. Then one night he heard a message like this that told him his breakthrough was tied to one last act of faith. The very next morning, he received an email from a massive investor who discovered his work through someone who had rejected him earlier. That investor turned his business into a global brand within months. What looked like defeat was actually God arranging the perfect timing. Remember this, Capricorns are not given easy lives because Capricorns are destined for extraordinary influence. You are a leader even when you don't want to be. You inspire people even when you feel like breaking. You shine even in the dark. And the year isn't finished yet. Your biggest moment is coming right before the finish line. Capricorn, a financial opportunity is about to appear like a miracle. A phone call, an approval, a message that says congratulations. Something you thought failed will restart in your favor. Money that belongs to you will return. Doors that were closed will open without you knocking. Prepare for elevation. Capricorn, someone you loved once counted you out. Someone thought you were replaceable. Someone believed you would never rise again. They laughed when you struggled. They celebrated your setbacks. But the universe saw everything. And soon, they will see why you were chosen. You are not rising for revenge, but your success will be the loudest apology they never gave. Listen carefully. The ones who abandoned you are going to regret it. The ones who betrayed you will wish they stayed loyal. The ones who mocked you will pretend they always believed in you, but they cannot enter this new chapter with you. God is clearing the path, so nothing blocks the blessing anymore. And this isn't just about money or status. Your heart is about to heal in a way you didn't think was possible. Someone is coming, a soul connection who sees your worth immediately, a person who chooses you confidently. This time, love won't break you. Love will feel like home. Think of David in the Bible, overlooked, defeated, doubtful, but chosen, crowned in front of the very people who thought he was unworthy. Capricorn, you are about to be crowned, not by humans, but by destiny itself. Your health will improve, your mind will become clear, your home will feel peaceful, your purpose will reveal itself. The path ahead will make you proud of the battles behind you. The best news of the year is entering your life, and you don't even realize how close it is. Now your third real-life story. A Capricorn subscriber from Nigeria was suffering silently. She lost friends, her fiancé left her, and her family treated her as a disappointment. She started praying for just one good thing to happen. Days later, she was offered a scholarship in Canada out of nowhere. Everything changed from a life of survival to a life of abundance. She told me something that stuck with me. What I thought was the end was actually God moving me to the beginning of everything I deserved. Capricorn, that's exactly where you are right now. The universe is switching sides to your favor. What was stolen will be restored. What was delayed will return. What was broken will be rebuilt stronger. Everything that didn't make sense will suddenly become part of the puzzle that leads to your purpose. But I need you to do one thing with full belief. Declare your readiness in the comments. Subscribe, engage, because the moment you take that step, you align your life with the energy of breakthrough. You cannot step into a new season with the mindset of the old one. Claim this blessing as yours. Own your future. Stand up inside yourself and say, "It is my time now." You've been hidden long enough. You've suffered long enough. You've waited long enough. Destiny is knocking at your door, Capricorn, and once it opens, everyone who doubted you will be silenced by your rise. But listen, before your blessing fully arrives, something shocking is about to reveal itself from the people closest to you. A revelation that will change how you look at loyalty forever. And when that happens, that is when your breakthrough will hit like a miracle no one can deny. Because, Capricorn, the year isn't done with you yet. Your story is just getting interesting. And what comes next will shake the ground beneath every person who ever underestimated you. And as everything prepares to shift in your favor, there is a moment coming where your past will try to pull you back. People who once ignored you may suddenly reappear with soft words and fake apologies. Opportunities that once rejected you may try to chase you again. The old life doesn't want to lose you easily because it knows the new life will transform you into someone unstoppable. But remember, you worked too hard, cried too long, sacrificed too much to go backward now. Forward is the only direction destiny is leading you toward. You felt the pressure more intensely lately, like something is trying to push you to your breaking point. But pressure creates diamonds. And you are the diamond everyone is about to notice. The ones who underestimated you are about to realize they misjudged the wrong person. And the ones who believed in you, they will be blessed simply for standing by you. Every great rise in history came from a moment of separation. Listen carefully. Eagles do not fly with pigeons. You are being elevated to a level not everyone around you can handle. That loneliness you've been feeling isn't abandonment, it's promotion. Your circle is getting smaller because you're getting closer to the top. And what's coming will require you to focus like never before. There is a decision ahead, one that will define an entire decade of your future. You will choose between what's comfortable and what's destined, between what you know and what you were made for. When that choice shows up, listen to your spirit, it never lies to you. Now let me tell you something very few ever understood about you. You are the type who goes to war silently and returns with victory loudly. When you disappear, you don't vanish, you evolve. You come back wiser, sharper, and stronger than before. And right now, you're in that evolution stage. When you return to the spotlight, your presence will speak a language everyone understands: success. There's a reason your patience has been tested so deeply. Greatness takes time. God and the universe weren't preparing a small blessing. They were designing a miracle that would make up for every year you felt overlooked. And that miracle is closer than your doubt wants you to believe. Someone very dear to you will soon say, "I finally understand." They will see the truth you've been trying to express for years. Your voice will matter. Your ideas will inspire. Your courage will lead. For the first time in a long time, you will feel seen. But let's be honest, recognition isn't even what you crave the most. You want peace. You want to wake up in a morning where you aren't carrying the weight of the entire world on your shoulders. And that peace is on its way like a long-awaited sunrise. You're entering a season where rest will feel like reward, not recovery from damage. There's a real-life story that mirrors your path. A young entrepreneur who shared your zodiac sign lived years in chaos, betrayed by business partners, mocked by relatives, and drowning in debt. People thought he was failing, but in reality, he was forming a foundation. Then one day, his business idea caught the attention of a major investor through a single social media post. Overnight, he went from struggling to hiring employees. One yes changed his entire life. He told me every rejection was just clearing the road for the right person to find me. The same way the right person is about to find you. Your destiny has always been bigger than your environment. That's why you've always felt different from the people around you. You dream deeper, you hurt harder, You love stronger, you think further. You were not built to blend in, you were designed to lead. There will be a moment soon when someone who once doubted you will mention your name with pride, not because they supported you, but because knowing you gives them a story to brag about. That's how drastically your life is about to change. Your gifts are making room for you, literally. A door is about to swing open that puts you in places your past would never believe you'd reach. And here's the twist. You won't have to prove yourself anymore. Your results will speak for you. Your success will silence confusion. Your rise will answer every question. And yes, love is changing too. There is someone being prepared to enter your life, someone who will not treat your strength as a challenge, but as something to protect. Someone who sees your worth instantly. Someone who has also walked alone through darkness and will know how to love your scars. When this person enters your life, the healing will feel effortless. You're going to look back and say, thank God those other connections didn't work out. Because the love coming your way will make all the heartbreak make sense. Your heart deserves alignment, not attachment. You deserve a relationship where you are not the only one holding everything together. Your financial story is shifting in silence. Money is going to start flowing to you like it belongs to you, because it does. An opportunity you forgot about, a skill you took for granted, a talent someone once mocked. That's exactly what will bring you abundance. The last shall become first. The hidden shall become honored. Do you feel that subtle excitement? That quiet inner knowing that you're on the edge of something life-changing? That is intuition trying to tell you that your season of waiting is over. A sudden blessing is about to unfold, one that will erase your fear and reward your patience. Prepare your hands for what you prayed for. There's another true story, a woman working a job she hated, ignored by her boss, underpaid, drained. She always felt like she was capable of more, but fear kept her stuck. Then one day she watched a message that told her to bet on herself. She started a small online business with $200. Today she makes more in a week than she used to make in 3 months. She said, all I needed was the courage to believe I was worth more. And so are you. You're not watching this by accident. Your spirit chose this moment because it's finally time for your blessings to catch up to your effort. And if you're still listening, that means your faith is bigger than your fear. Let that be your superpower. Your angels, your ancestors, your spiritual guides, they're all lining up opportunities for you. You're going to start noticing little miracles, messages that appear at the perfect moment, ideas that hit you in the shower, conversations that open doors. Nothing will be random anymore. Patterns will replace confusion. Your strength has been misunderstood as stubbornness. Your silence was mistaken for weakness. But the truth is, you see things others don't. You understand people without them explaining. Your intuition has saved you from disasters that were meant to break you. Trust that intuition now more than ever. It's leading you to the moment you've waited years to experience. We need to address something important: exhaustion. You are tired because you've been fighting invisible battles while still showing up for everyone else. You've been strong for so long that breaking down feels like failure. But hear this: vulnerability is not a flaw. Emotions do not make you weak. They make you human. And soon, you won't have to hold everything together alone. There's a shift happening in your relationships. Someone who once had power over your emotions is losing access to your heart. Someone who once doubted you will try to come back because they feel the elevation happening in your life. Someone new is about to walk in and give you a version of love you've never experienced before: steady, calm, loyal. Your dreams have been loud lately. That's not a coincidence. That's your future calling your attention. Pay close attention to what themes keep showing up: success, travel, keys, reunions, celebrations. These visions are clues from the universe about what's coming. Write them down. Honor them. They are previews of your transformation. You are walking into a season where apologies will arrive without you asking for them. People will say, "I'm sorry for not believing in you." But you won't need their validation, because your success will already prove they were wrong. Your glow-up will be your revenge. There's a final real-life story I will share in this chapter. A man born under your sign lost his home, lost his job, lost his motivation, all in the same month. He was ready to give up. One night he prayed, "If I still have a purpose, show me." Days later, a friend he hadn't spoken to in years called, and offered him a chance to collaborate on a new project. Today, he owns multiple properties and hires other people who were once in his shoes. He said, "Rock bottom wasn't the end, it was the foundation of my comeback." You are standing on that same foundation right now. And if you are still watching, comment, "I claim this energy," to show the universe you are ready for what's yours. Every engagement you make strengthens the vibration of your manifestation. You are declaring, "My breakthrough belongs to me." Your blessings won't just improve your life, they will elevate your entire bloodline. You are breaking generational curses. You are rewriting your family's history. You are shifting from survival mode to abundance. Your children, or the next generation connected to you, will thank you for not giving up. You will soon realize why you never fit into the ordinary life others tried to box you into. You are extraordinary, and extraordinary stories require extraordinary struggles. Yours is the kind of victory that documentaries are made about, the kind that inspires millions, the kind that leaves a legacy. But before your blessing arrives, there will be one more test, one more moment where you question everything, one more spiritual push that feels like a storm, and that moment will come right before the breakthrough hits your doorstep. Do not fear that moment. It is the final sign that the blessing is already here. Everything is aligning, everything is shifting, everything is preparing for your rise. And now something even bigger is about to be revealed. Something not just about your success, but about who is secretly watching you rise and what they are planning to do next. Because the most unexpected part of your story is about to begin. Capricorn, life has been preparing you for a moment that will silence every doubt, every enemy, every fear that has ever tried to convince you that you were not chosen. You have walked through seasons where you felt like God was removing everything from your hands, but little did you know he was placing something greater into your destiny. Right now, as you are listening, the spiritual world is shifting in your favor, and I need you to pay attention, because what's coming next will transform your entire life. And if you haven't yet, make sure you engage with this channel because it connects your energy, it keeps you aligned with the messages meant for you, and it is a way of saying to the universe, "I am ready for what belongs to me." You have been going through a silent war, a battle that hasn't been visible to others, but it has been heavy on your soul. Nights when you cried and wiped your tears before anyone could notice. Days when you carried a smile in public while your heart was bleeding in private. Yet through all this, you didn't break. People think you're strong because nothing seems to shake you, but only you know how many times you've had to rebuild yourself from ashes. The reason your battles were so intense is because your blessings are not small. You are not designed for ordinary results. What's meant for you has weight, authority, and global impact. There is a reason you were left out, overlooked, and underestimated. There is a reason people walked away from you when you needed them most. There is a reason why you felt like an outsider in rooms where you gave everything just to be accepted. You were never meant to blend in, you were meant to stand out so boldly that the world has no choice but to notice your rise. The rejection you experienced wasn't a punishment, it was a redirection. God removed you from places that were too small for your gifts. Think of Beyoncé. Before the world saw her as a legend, she experienced betrayals that could have broken her spirit forever. The group she started her journey with fell apart. She could have given up. She could have settled. But that ending was a door to a destiny that would crown her one of the most powerful performers on earth. Sometimes God lets something collapse because your elevation cannot happen on that level. Your story is the same. A major shift is forming behind the scenes, and the reason your spirit has been restless lately is because your breakthrough is close enough to touch. Capricorn, you are about to experience what I call the awe moment, the moment when God reveals why he made you wait, why he made you endure, why he made you grow in silence. You see, when you succeed loudly, people will applaud. But when you grow silently, God is applauding. You have been developed away from the cameras, away from applause, away from validation. But now, the spotlight is turning in your direction. Heaven is about to show the world what it looks like when a Capricorn refuses to give up. You are entering a season where your gifts will finally be recognized. For years, you gave so much value to others, helping them rise, giving them advice, supporting their dreams, believing in their talent. But when you needed that same support, many vanished. The loyalty you gave wasn't returned. The love you poured out wasn't reciprocated. And you kept asking, why do I always give more than I receive? The answer is simple: you are a well. And people come to wells to draw water, but they never think of refilling it. Yet God has watched every time someone drank from you and left you empty. Your comeback will not look normal, it will look miraculous. Think of Oprah Winfrey. She was fired from her early news job because they said she was unfit for television. Imagine that. One of the most influential media icons of all time was told she didn't belong in the very field she would later dominate. Life will tell you lies right before God shows you the truth. Capricorn, the lies spoken about you are about to collapse under the weight of your truth. There is someone who counted you out, someone who thought your silence meant defeat, someone who thought the last setback was your final chapter. They laughed too soon, they celebrated too early, because your story has not even reached the part that will make the world fall silent. Remember the biblical story of David. He was overlooked, ignored even by his own family. When the prophet came to anoint the next king, nobody called David. They thought too little of him, but they didn't know that the oil would not flow until he arrived. Capricorn, the oil, your blessing, your opportunity, it refuses to fall on anyone else. What has your name on it is coming directly to you. Even if the world tries to skip you, God will pause the entire process until you walk through the door. Right now, someone is speaking your name in a room you've never stepped into. A connection is forming. A divine opportunity is aligning. Everything you prayed for is circling back with interest. The job you thought was gone, the love you thought you lost, the dream you thought expired, it is being restored in upgraded form, because God doesn't return things the same way He took them. When Job lost everything, God doubled his blessings, and that same divine pattern is activated over your life. There's a reason money has been tight, a reason opportunities seem delayed. The enemy wanted you to believe lack is permanent, but financial blessings are closer than they have ever been. Money flow is returning, debts will disappear, support will multiply, financial doors that were locked will open so wide that even you will ask, how did this happen so fast? But I tell you, your hard work finally reached heaven's calendar. Now listen closely. One of your greatest blessings will come from someone you are not expecting. A stranger, a new helper, a new partnership, someone who sees your light without trying to dim it, someone who values you without trying to take advantage of you, someone whose intentions are pure. You are about to experience what it feels like to be supported instead of drained, connection instead of confusion, loyalty instead of disappointment. Consider J.K. Rowling, who wrote Harry Potter. She was broke, rejected by multiple publishers, seen as a failure, but a single yes changed everything. Capricorn, you are one yes away from a life you don't even recognize yet. A yes that will shift your identity, your finances, your living situation, your partnerships, everything. You are about to live in a way that makes your past feel like a different lifetime. But first, the test of patience had to break you open. Some of the people you loved most were not meant to stay for what's coming. Some of the environments you were in could not contain the level of success being prepared for you. Your heartbreaks were destiny protection, your delays were alignment, your pain was preparation. Capricorn, hear this with your spirit. What you lost was not a loss, it was a seed, and seeds must go into the dark before they rise. You have been planted, not buried. One of the real-life stories you need to remember is Steve Harvey. He was homeless, sleeping in his car. People laughed at his dreams, but he kept going, and now look at him. A global figure, a multimillionaire, a man who proved that late success is still success. Capricorn, your timeline is not delayed, it's divine. You are about to go from overlooked to overbooked, from underpaid to overflow, from ignored to influential, from lonely nights to divine connections. People will ask you, how did everything change so suddenly? But they will never understand how long you prepared in silence. You didn't skip the struggle, and that's why you will not skip the success. There is something extraordinary growing from your wounds. Scars that once embarrassed you will become proof that you survived what others couldn't. Every night you spent wondering if you'd make it, heaven counted them. Every tear, heaven collected. Every time you encouraged others while you were hurting, heaven recorded. Now reward is coming. Not a small blessing, not a temporary win, but a breakthrough with legacy attached to it. Your name will be spoken with respect. Your work will reach places you've never seen. Your voice will carry power. Your presence will open doors automatically. The people who doubted you will regret underestimating you. The same mouths that doubted your success will speak of your elevation. You will bless the very bloodline that once mocked your ambition. And the most prophetic part, you haven't even started shining yet. Everything the enemy tried to take from you, peace, love, finances, confidence, God is returning multiplied. That sickness in your heart, the disappointment is starting to loosen. That weight on your soul, the worry is starting to lift. That fear of failure, the doubt, is losing its grip. You are entering the chapter of fulfillment. The chapter where you wake up and don't feel tired anymore. The chapter where bills don't scare you anymore. The chapter where your phone rings with good news instead of bad. The chapter where you stop chasing love and love comes chasing you. The chapter where you become the blessing you always prayed to receive. And here is the final revelation, the one that changes everything. You are destined for abundance not because of what you have done, but because of who you are. You were chosen before you were born. Every battle you survived was proof that the calling on your life is too big to be destroyed. The enemy tried to break you because he knew what would happen if you ever realized your true power. Now you know. Capricorn, the best news of your entire year is approaching. It will arrive unexpectedly, a call, a message, a miracle that turns your world right side up. Your spirit can feel this shift already, that tingling feeling, that rush of hope, that intuition telling you something big is coming. It's not imagination, it's confirmation. And when this blessing hits your life, it won't just change your situation, it will change your identity. People will say, I always knew you could do it, even though they never believed. They will want to stand beside you in the light after they left you in the dark. But God saw what they did, and now God is showing what you deserve. Capricorn, you are about to rise so high that your past will never be able to reach you again.